Hello everyone, happy 2023. On the first of every year, I usually put out my mega comparison. Well, DaYan decided to come out with their cube at the very end of the year, and I did not get it until partway into the new year. So, we're going to open up the DaYan TengYun. Is it the TengYun? We're going to open up this DaYan puzzle to see if it can be part of our mega comparison. And very soon I'll have the mega comparison of all the major releases from 2023, as well as anything that might still be good from previous years. So let's take a look. Now, also in this box is the MS Cube. Now, I already did a video on this. However, this one is the one that has black instead of primary internals, because I want to see if there's a difference in the feeling and put to rest any debate over that. So, DaYan TengYun version 3. I really like the version 1. I used it for US Nationals in 2019. I loved the way it felt. It turned great. The only thing I didn't like was the magnets were kind of weak. And also, it was very easy to pop. The feet were kind of small. And if you kept it on fairly tight tensions, it wasn't too bad. However, even on the tight tensions that I usually like to have it at, it was still able to pop. Then the version 2 came out, and that one kind of fixed the magnet issue by having adjustable magnets, but there was a big weight difference, and I actually still like the version 1 over the version 2. I don't really know anything about the version 3. I know that it's a choking hazard. There's black or color. I'm guessing that would be stickered, and that is stickerless. Okay, and already looking at it, this is a very interesting box. It's bright orange, which I really like. We have 5 magnet settings, so similar to what they do on the Tornado as well. 3-gear switchable access. 3-gear axis distance components orange, white, and green. Axis distance increase gradually in the color order. After pressing the transparent plastic accessory tight, the axis distance component can be removed, turning 90 degrees clockwise. And then 4-gear elastic force adjustment. So the green, white, or orange seems like it's the axis distance, like tightening or loosening a screw. This seems like the spring compression. Use axis distance adjustment tool to screw the use axis distance adjustment tool to turn the transparent plastic accessory. Hey, DaYan, send this stuff to me beforehand. I will go through it and double check the grammar and spelling if you would like. I'll do that as a gift. The elastic force will increase step by step while turning counterclockwise, and there will be 4 gears adjustments in total. Do not turn it clockwise, otherwise you will damage the cube. Really good to know, because often clockwise is the first way I'll try to turn something. So we have a box that is very similar to the oh, nope. Is that supposed to slide or just pop off like that? Oh, it's supposed to slide. I just compressed that and popped it off. So I was going to say it's similar to the Valk box, but it's not. I don't know how I feel about the orange box. It's kind of cool, but it definitely looks a bit gross when the cube is in there. Feeling wise, out of the box, very light. I would not have guessed this is a TengYun after feeling the first and second one. Don't quite remember how the TengYun looks. I could dig one out. I think those feet kind of remind me of it, but not too much. Definitely room for the corner magnets, which is all the rage right now. At the moment, this is very loose. So that white center says 2. I'm guessing this is our solving guide. This is. We have our bag. That's been the same as other DaYan bags. Stickers, adjustment tool. Let's just open this up. Green says 3, orange says 1. So I'm assuming 3 is the tightest, but it's not always the case. Does it say here? It does not say which one is tighter, which one is looser. I mean, just put which. I was gonna say you can switch to letters, but some people put 1 as the tightest and 3 is. I think actually DaYan had it where it was for 1 adjustment, like the magnets, the 1 number was looser, while for the springs, the same higher number was tighter. Yeah, not great. Well, let's do this first. I'm going to tighten all the elasticities. It adjusts very easily. It's not always easy to tell where you're at. I make sure it goes all the way back to 1. Then click to 3. You can see a little notch where that white part is higher up. That one's not. There we go. Okay, so those are all adjusted. Wait, where's the magnet adjustment? Is it not in every corner? It's only... What? Wait, so the magnet adjustment is only on one corner. Does it only adjust that one magnet, or does it adjust both? Let's see how that corner magnet thing works. Wait, is there a magnet at the bottom there? Why is there a spring and a giant magnet down there? Are there magnets in the edges here? There are. Oh, this is very different. This is not at all what I was expecting. And pleasantly surprised. So let's put a magnet back down there. When you turn a little device to adjust the magnets, you are not adjusting the corner magnets, or the 3 that you would expect. You're actually adjusting the distance of some giant magnet down there that's connecting to feet of other edges. That's what's going on. That is very different and somewhat ingenious. Okay, well, on a side note, the spring compression already did a lot. So let me adjust this back. That elastic difference made such a huge change, I don't even think I really need that much of a difference with it. So, I'm going to move the camera over. I'm going to do a bunch of solves. This feels very neutral. Like, I don't know if this has really existed in the cube world that I can think of. Let me know if you have a cube that you're like, yeah, this is kind of the neutral cube up until now. But in violin strings, there's one where we kind of place in the middle, and it's changed a bit in the past decade. But there's one string that sort of, everyone's like, well, this is brighter than dominant strings, they call them. Or these are darker, or these are richer, or these are brighter. And there's sort of that dominant is like the neutral, even if it's not in the very center. This feels very neutral. It's not insanely smooth, but it doesn't feel overly light like the DaYan does. It's not incredibly flexible. Yeah, it's neutral. That's such a weird thing to say. And look how I've got really tight tensions here, and it's still corner cutting great. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much of the corner cutting anyways. Shouldn't even really test it. Doesn't really do too much, but on really tight tensions, it performs well. So I'm going to do some solve. I'm going to stop rambling. Expect the mega comparison to come out. I have my major ones I'm going to talk about, but if you have a puzzle you're like, hey, please talk about this, I'll definitely check it out, think about it, but put that in the comment section below. Too loose. But what do I... this is too loose, but I don't know what to adjust because I just put in 3, which was green. Is 3 tighter or loose for axis? However, it says that the clear is the elasticity, but I adjust the elasticity and it actually does sometimes adjust the axis. So I'm going to try that once more. This is it. There's too many cubes to be still making something as frustrating as this. Sure. It's not a bad puzzle, though. That's the whole thing. It's not bad at all. It's just frustrating to adjust. The adjustments don't make sense. Everyone's trying to one-up. You know what this reminds me of? This is the GAN 11 system. The system that they did in the GAN XS as well. The GAN X was so much nicer. It had a bunch of parts, but to adjust the axis, you just tightened or loosened it like a screw, not these settings. Maybe that's why I'm annoyed by this. This is just the GAN 11 in a different setup, which wasn't great in the first place. Everyone's trying to outdo the next person with their system. But you don't need to outdo them. Just make one that works. Like, Moyu has just been doing the same screw with the now, like, 11 different tension settings. Great. 11's a lot. Maybe too much. But, yeah, they just have that screw there. Great. I'm out. Nope, this is... I try Get out of the way. I try really hard to be objective. I try really hard to talk about what could be enjoyed about the puzzle. And this is a puzzle that someone could really enjoy. They can enjoy the feeling of it, the performance of it. If I was to be objective, I feel like the springs are too weak, and because of that, the adjustment you get doesn't really adjust much, and then when you compress the springs enough, it just prevents the cube from performing well. So there's a more objective critique of the springs. The magnet adjustment, cool idea. I don't feel much difference when I'm actually turning it, but it's a cool idea. Please stop making systems that are just trying to do these crazy things. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a sneak peek into the Mega comparison, but this works. Magnet adjustment, you can feel the difference. The spring and elasticity adjustment, you can feel the difference. The distance, you can feel the difference. I was very weary of this because it limits what you can do, but the range is great. You get something like the RS3, where you have spring adjustment and distance adjustment, and the distance is just a screw, so you can adjust it however much you want. This is why I missed the GAN days when it was the GES springs that you just tightened or loosened. I never really had an issue of one of the GES springs breaking. Some people said they did. I didn't. I like that. Then we get something like this. It could be a fantastic puzzle, but the adjustments just don't do much, and they're annoying to change. It's not for me. It's not a bad puzzle. Certainly can be better. Stay tuned for the Mega comparison. Please hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future. As always, keep following SpeedCube Review for more news and reviews.